This is Midshipman Minute. I'm Autumn Co. I'm from 29 Company.
I'm Yoshka Tauker. I'm from the 19th Company.
I'm Yared Moff. I'm from 17th Company.
So for this interview, we're going to talk about spring break trips. So do midshipmen typically have mandatory spring break trainings?
No, they don't. They can choose to participate in.
Depending on different clubs or activities that you're involved in, there's different opportunities to go abroad. For example, the Glee Club is going to Hawaii, or Pipes and Drum going to Scotland. And my trip, for example, is an LREC to Chile, which is an opportunity for all midshipmen to go explore a new culture and region and learn about drones and defense, and also learn about the Chilean culture.
So what trips are you in charge of?
So I'm in charge of the Midshipman Action Group trips, so Midshipman Action Group's our service organization, and all our trips are service trips. So we've got one to Texas, one to Chicago, and one in Newark. And in all of them, midshipmen are either going to be working to help rebuild homes or working with youth in the area.
Okay. Have you ever been on one of those trips? And what was your experience?
So I actually haven't personally been on one, but I've helped organize them, and I actually run a lot of community service projects here during the academic year. But they're all great opportunities. Everyone who's gone on them really loved it, thought they were cool ways to get involved in new communities.
About how many mids are going on your trip?
So we have 8 to 12 on every single one. So 8 for the Newark one, 12 to Texas, and 10 to Chicago.
And on our trip, there's 8 midshipmen and 1 officer that accompany us, and we got to basically plan the trip ourselves, which is really cool. Like throughout the year, we kind of planned where we want to go.
What do you have planned for your trip?
We're starting to go to Santiago, which is the capital, which is a beautiful city where we're going to the Chilean Naval Academy and meeting with a couple of drone companies to kind of see where they are technologically wise. And after that, we'll be heading to Valparaiso, which is a beach city, and then we'll be flying south to go to Patagonia and kind of explore some of those beautiful regions and hopefully take some really cool drone footage.
What other sorts of things you're going to be doing in like Patagonia? Are you going to be able to hike at all? Or?
Yeah, we're going to be hiking. We're going to be hiking. We're going to be hiking a little bit. We're supposed to be kayaking. We're going sandboarding. Hopefully, we're even going to visit some wineries and hopefully make some wine and do some kind of really just develop and like learn about the culture as best we can by eating as many different foods as possible and like trying to meet people on the street and kind of just really enjoy it.
And do you have to have a specific major or anything?
No, there's people from all majors. There's some people that are really into drones. I don't even have a drone. I'm not really into drones at all, but people from all majors, all clubs, all companies, all class years were able to attend.
So what made you want to pick this one?
I wanted to pick this trip because I'd never really been below the equator before, and I thought it'd be a really cool opportunity to kind of work on some leadership strategies and learn how to plan a trip and also just explore new culture.
So are all training trips, are people able to choose what they want, or are there any sort of like mandatory trainings based on like service assignment?
No, you don't really have mandatory trips for spring break for service assignment. The MAG ones in particular, though, when it comes to service, that's important. I think no matter what warfare community you're going into, whether it's the Marine Corps, surface warfare, aviation, they all at the core of them, you're serving the American people. And I think if you approach service early, and if you participate in service, whether it's spring break trip or during the academic year, I think that can help you no matter what you want to do.
Agreed, but there's no mandatory trips. Like if you're a Marine, you have to go do Marine training or spring break. Those trips don't really exist and aren't really mandatory. I think some clubs, like Glee Club, I think it's highly incentivized that you go, but there's nothing mandatory to do on the spring break.
Yeah, I think the only mandatory ones I've heard of are like if someone misses a summer cruise, then they can make it up during spring break. And what other things have you done over spring break, like in years past?
So,
either training trip related or not?
Yeah, so actually I've done Naval Academy related thing all the last 3 years. This is my last year here. So my first year I was in the Drum and Bugle Corps, and we went up to Toronto to play in the parade there. My second year I did this Outward Bound trip. It's a partnership between the Naval Academy and some veterans. So you hike the Appalachian Trail in Pennsylvania with a group of veterans from all these different services. And then last year I went on an Israel LREC with the Friends of Jewish Chapel just to see the country and learn a bit about the culture.
Sounds really cool. Can you elaborate more on the Israel trip?
Yeah, so the Israel trip, basically we went to a bunch of different areas, toured different religious and cultural sites. For example, we went to Tel Aviv, we went to Jerusalem, saw the Western Wall, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, a bunch of different sites of significance. It was really amazing because in about 10 feet, there's a lot more history than you might get in a mile in any other part of the world.
Right, sure.
My first couple years I went skiing with my family, which was super fun, just a way to like kind of get away from the military lifestyle and enjoy the outdoors. And then last year I went hog hunting in Texas with some of my friends, which is a lot of fun as well. So not Naval Academy related, but just fun events.
Cool. So, for your Toronto trip, like with D&B, like, did you only play in parade, or did you perform for other groups as well? Or?
So our only performance was at the parade, but we had a bunch of different time to just check out the city on our own. So we had that built in the schedule as well. So it wasn't just us going, playing, and coming back. We had a day to like look around the city, take in what Toronto was like, and see the different sites that there were available.
Is that typical for trips like this, where you have some time to yourself away from the group, like for Chile?
Yeah, Chile, we have a lot of free time planned in just so we can kind of take it day by day, and every night kind of before say, how are we feeling? Like, do we want to pack ourselves full of activity tomorrow, or do we kind of just want to enjoy the city and spend maybe 2 hours of lunch, or kind of let everybody go by themselves for a little bit and explore what they want to explore, maybe split up in a couple of different groups to explore museums. So there's a lot of flexibility, and they really let us be adults and enjoy our travels.
I'm sure a lot of people want to go on these trips and they're super popular. Like, what is the application process for them?
So for the Midshipman Action Group trips, anyone can apply, but what we really look for is people who've been doing community service in the community aside from the spring break trip. So people who've gone out on projects on the weekends, maybe to clean up the World War II memorial, maybe to welcome veterans as they're coming to visit the area, working with kids in schools. So all those different things really help you. And in addition to that, we want midshipmen who can represent the Naval Academy well. So they're getting good grades, they're passing a fitness test, they're not getting into conduct or honor trouble, things like that.
Same with our trip. There was just an application process we did online, and there was an interview with Commander Dittmar, who is our project leader. And I think what he was really looking for was some of the same things, people to really represent the Navy well, but more importantly, people that really wanted to learn more about different cultures and weren't just going to take it as just, oh, a free trip where I can go sit on the beach all day. People that really wanted to kind of embody what like the Navy is, and embody like creating new relationships with like the Chilean Naval Academy, for example, maybe make some new friends, give some gifts, pass along. And I think some people also have very unique skills that could translate very well. For example, third class Quinn Schneider makes a lot of the really cool video edits that you see for Navy football games, Navy Spirit, Knights lacrosse games. And so he has all these drones that kind of follow him around, and he has great cameras and stuff. So he's coming along mainly as kind of our mini PAO, where he'll be taking some really cool drone footage of Patagonia and us hiking, and hopefully he can make some really cool edits as well.
Cool. What sort of like unique skills do you think you have?
I don't think I had very many unique skills. I've traveled a lot in the past, and I think kind of as a senior on the trip, I'm the team leader, so I'm kind of in charge of making sure everybody's getting their visas filled out, everyone's doing the proper training, and I think that leadership aspect, that firsty billet for me kind of helped me, and like that was kind of my unique asset, which is my leadership ability.
Okay. So are there like leadership opportunities within the trip as well, or is it just the planning process?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of leadership opportunities. I think every day we're kind of, in every city, kind of, I decided to delegate in every city, every midshipman is in charge for a day or two. So that's kind of where they really get to take on the role, where they kind of see, how are my people doing? Are we comfortable? You know, can we go hike for 3 hours tomorrow? Are people's feet hurting? Kind of, what's the situation? And then they can kind of also choose what they think will be best for the group. And also throughout the day, if anything comes up, emergency, stuff like that, they'll kind of be the point of contact to handle such things. So I think it's really good small unit leadership, which is a great thing to practice, especially in the foreign country.
Right. So with all these leadership opportunities within it, what's the spread of class within?
There's me and another senior, and there's like I think 2 second class, and like maybe 3 second class, and like 3 to 4 third class as well. So it's pretty even spread, totally different backgrounds. We've never met each other before till the very first meeting, and now we're kind of starting to work together. And I know after 10 days in Chile, we're gonna like leave as great friends. So I think that's a really cool opportunity to get to know some new midshipmen and make some new friends.
And for the mag trips, do they have like a preference of what year you're in? Or?
No, we don't have a preference on our trips. We've got people from all classes, just people who really want to serve. That's the important part, service.
And do you have like similar leadership opportunities within the day?
Yeah, they're not structured quite the same way. Like we don't have, everyone's staying in one city, so we don't have a leader for each city, but we've got a midshipman who is in charge of each trip, and then through the work itself, there's a lot of leadership opportunities. For example, the youth outreach programs, you really have to act as a mentor to those youth you're working with, or the Rebuilding Together project, where they're helping rebuild homes in Texas that were devastated by the hurricane. In those projects, you're really working in a team, and I think there's really good leadership opportunity there that anyone can learn from.
Right. And do those leadership positions kind of just stem from the club itself?
Yeah, they really stem from the work that you're doing there more than anything else.
Okay. So your trip sounds super exciting this semester, so I'm really happy for you all. Is there anything you want to say before we break up?
All I want to say is, even if you maybe have other stuff going on in spring break when you get here, if you've got sports, things like that, I think it's really important that you make service a part of your life. And even if you don't come to Naval Academy, I think that's something you can carry with you. So whether it's a Midshipman acting group, another service club at another college, or just in your communities right now, I think it's really important that everyone gets out there and helps out in any way they can.
I think my message is we're very fortunate that this trip to Chile and a bunch of other trips are completely paid for, and I think we have to be really thankful for the donors, everybody that's contributed, that we're able to go on such amazing opportunities.